Sports Matters TV, bringing the sports home.
Hey guys, welcome to Sports Matters TV. I'm in Cork and Orla is back up in Tipp. It's good to have her back home for a while at least. He recently made that big move to Australia. Obviously shined throughout the underage career and the seniors with Tipp. But Orla, first of all, what's it like being back home? Obviously unexpected to get back home, but is it nice to be back home for a few months and a few weeks?
Yeah, definitely. I wasn't meant to come back until I think the start of May, but I ended up coming back at the end of March due to everything happening. But yeah, I think at that stage I was just looking forward to coming home and hearing about everything that was happening back in Ireland. I kind of was anxious just to get back to my family, which I haven't seen since October. So yeah, no, I was delighted to get back eventually. And yeah, the last few weeks have been fine, kind of settling back in. I feel like it's been years now since I was last in Australia, but it's good.
Definitely. And what was the culture change like? Obviously, being a Munster girl, obviously we know our surroundings quite well. When you live in a town or you live in a city, you know everyone knows you. But what was it like to make that move to Australia, and how much of a culture shock was it for you?
Yeah, it was definitely kind of daunting going over on a plane by yourself at the start. I go to college in Limerick, so I'm only an hour from home anyways. So I was always kind of a home girl myself, so very into family and friends around me. So no, it was definitely a big change. And I think what helped a lot was how welcoming Brisbane Lions were. But from the moment I got there, they greeted me at the airport with flowers, and they were all there and they were so nice. And then that evening, there was actually a barbecue at our house, and I got to meet all the girls straight away. So that helped immensely. And then I was obviously living with two of the teammates as well. So I think what helped a lot was going over there is I had a setup ready for me, and I wasn't kind of on my own. I was straight into like the Lions family. So that made it a lot easier, definitely.
Definitely. No, I always say us Munster heads are fairly tough. We're well used to the shoulder bump and the physicality and stuff. Is there a big difference? Obviously, the Australians are tough too.
Yeah, and actually, surprisingly, they're very sarcastic as well, which I didn't think they were. They're up for a good laugh all the time as well. So yeah, no, they're very similar to the Irish as well. I found that they were lots of common like interest between the two, and yeah, they're tough as well, especially playing AFL. There's no weaknesses with them there, but yeah, no, they're very enjoyable, and I got on with them all so well, and I was surprised how welcoming they were as well. Me coming over from a different country, obviously, but no, they were super, and I got on fierce well with them all.
That's good. We have to speak about the early days, obviously the underage days and working your way right up to the top. How did it all start for you first day?
So I originally started playing hurling and football in my local GAA club, Rose Green, I played with the boys underage. So I started kind of under 8-ish, kind of 7 and 8 years old. So from the start, we were always such a sporting family. I'm the oldest of 4, and I have a younger sister and 2 younger brothers. And there was always pucking going around and kicking the ball around. But I feel when I was younger, I was a lot kind of smaller than the others in my class. So I kind of felt that was kind of I was kind of at the back foot starting off. But I was actually not great at the start. I was very bad playing with the boys up along. And I remember when I was actually 9 years old, I was still training with the under 8s because I was just terrible. And my sister, who was younger than me, was training with the older team. She was a lot better than me growing up. And I think I didn't really enjoy playing with Rose Green. But then I think once I got into a Camogie club with just girls and a football club, it really boosted my confidence. And I think that really helped as well.
Definitely. And you captained Tipp as well, didn't you? Just before you kind of went away, you were kind of you were flying with the Camogie and stuff.
Yeah.
What was it like to captain Tipp?
Yeah, it was such an amazing experience, and it was such an honour to be captain. Although there's so much leaders on that team already, and it kind of made my job a lot easier, just because there was such big voices there already. And it was such an honour. I think I was 18 or 19 at the time, so it was huge, and I kind of just took it as it came, and it was just great. Sure, all I had to really do was just go in for the time cost, because everyone else was such a leader around the pitch on and off. So yeah, no, it was a great experience.
Definitely. No, we've seen you shine throughout your early career. Like, you're still only a baba, still very very early 20s. But Like who do you have to give credit to? Because obviously there's been so many coaches, on the way up and stuff. Obviously the family play a big role, dropping you to games, coming to watch the games. But who's definitely been your biggest supporters throughout your early career to date?
Yeah, my family, as I said, would definitely be up there. From underage, my mom especially was always driving me to training and driving me to all parts of the country and Tipp for matches as well. So no, there's huge support, and I think that helped a lot. Having such an interest in sport kept me playing and kept me training as well, and I think that's huge. So definitely, my family will be a huge part of that.
Definitely. No. Speaking of, getting back out to Oz, even though we don't want you to head back to Australia, any updates? Any word on like? Do you reckon you'll get back out there before the end of the year, or is it more like a fresh start next year?
Yeah, it's kind of like a hard scenario to be in. Obviously, I'd love to go back to Australia and give it another shot, especially after just having the last year. I'd love to go out and kind of have another go at it. But yeah, no, I think the AFLW now haven't really been affected by everything going on. So the season starting the end of November and goes on till March. But the contracts aren't officially being announced until August, so I won't hear much from till then. But I'd love to have another shot out there. But unfortunately, then I'd have to probably pick and choose between Camogie and football here or going over to Oz. Before it was such a dream. For the ladies especially, you miss the league here playing AFL, but then you come back into championship, which was the best of both worlds. But that dream didn't really last that long, having to pick and choose now. But I think I'm just taking each day as it comes, and I'll kind of decide in the next few weeks, I suppose.
Yeah, well, you're going to have plenty of offers on the table, no doubt. You're going to have, like as you say, you're a big name across Ireland, and obviously the Australians are going to want you back. So no doubt that will all work out. But what do you enjoy most about Camogie? Obviously, it's our home game. Americans, people from all over the world come to Ireland to Croke Park to what? Like, what do you love so much about Camogie and football in general? Like, it's such a good game, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think especially in the last few years, how much it's grown has been phenomenal as well. Even seeing them hit new records in All-Ireland final days has been great. But I think just being involved with Camogie and football all my life and just seeing how much it is progressing each year is so great to watch, and seeing the underage come up as well. And even I suppose my best friends are on the Camogie and football teams, and just been training with that same group up along. You kind of strive to get to Croke Park then at the end of the year and get an All-Ireland medal, which I suppose is every athlete's kind of dream to get to. So I think, that hunger just to keep having it and just enjoy it, I think that's the main thing. I think because I keep loving it, and I'm so lucky to be able to play the Camogie and football, and privileged that it's great for me, and I'm very lucky here in Tipp to have that opportunity.
Like being a dual player is stuff that we all dream of. So that's credit where it's due. And I have to speak to you about your battles with Cork. Obviously, the Cork girls are they're all mad, and obviously the Kilkenny girls. But what's it like to battle with the Cork girls? Obviously, there's some good players there too.
Yeah, definitely. And Cork actually have a few dual players as well, 2 dual players. But Cork are always a tough one to come up against. I think that there's good rivalry between Tipp and Cork, and every year we look forward to playing them, and most of the times they catch us on the hop. But the next few games now will be interesting to see how we get on against them. But always a tough battle, which we enjoy.
Definitely. And we definitely have to speak, Orla, just about the girls of today. So all the young girls, joining Camogie and football teams, from a young age. What's the best advice you can give to them? Because obviously, you're leading the way. You're a prime example of, what can happen if you work hard. What advice can you give to them?
I suppose just stick at it. A lot of the times, especially underage, when you're going up along the ranks, you don't realize like how much in a season someone could change, or like if they grow, the growth, or even just getting stronger, and just practicing makes perfection, I believe. And I think I really saw that when I went to Australia. Going out, I basically didn't really touch the ball before October. I went out there, and I think just practicing with the coaches every single day up until pre-season, it really shows how much you can come along, and how much you can actually push yourself as well. So I think that just don't give up, keep going, and just enjoy it as well. you have to enjoy it, and you have to really buy into the process of the teams. And I think that's the main thing, I suppose.
Awesome, Orla. That's that's definitely the best advice you can give. We're glad you're back home. Clearly, when you went to Australia, we were like, that they're taking one of our big prospects and one of our big stars. But it's good to have you back. I know you were only out there for a few months, but hopefully it all works out and you get back out there at some stage in the near future. I'm sure they're all going to be headhunting you to get that signature. But,
we'll see. Yeah.
We'll be in touch as always. We'll touch base in a couple of months, and we'll see how you're doing. We're going to have this up on our Facebook page and on the website. We'll have all your Instagram links. I know you have a big following on Insta, which is good. It's always
I don't think so.
No, you do. And it's an honor as always speaking to you, so we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Great. Thanks so much for having me again.
Anytime. We'll see you soon, Orla. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.